Good evening. I'm Sarah Palin.
And I'm Larry King.
And we're here to deliver a Dvar Torah from Rabbi Chaim Steinmetz.
You know, Sarah, it's impossible for animated characters to pronounce his name. Why couldn't he just have a nice simple name like Scott? Much easier for all of us to say. Instead of all of this Haim, Chaim, Shem, Chime stuff.
You know, Larry, that's the perfect segue for this Dvar Torah. Larry, there's an important number 8 coming up this week.
8. A magic 8 ball? A Super 8 hotel? The 8 teams in the CFL? My 8 marriages?
No, Larry. The 8 days of Hanukkah. Tell me, Larry, why do we celebrate Hanukkah?
To eat latkes? To give presents? To play the dreidel? You know, I always take home a lot of money at my family's late-night dreidel games.
Larry, be serious.
Okay. The Maccabees entered the temple and only had enough pure olive oil around for one night. But it lasted for 8. So we make an 8-day holiday with lots of greasy food. My mother used to make wonderful kosher varnishkas, you know.
Oy vey, Larry. The jokes. Let me ask you a question, Larry. Does that reason make sense to you? Should we have a holiday because of one little miracle? Even the special prayer that is said, the Al Hanissim prayer, says nothing about the miracle of the oil.
That's a good point, Sarah. Those Talmud classes with Rabbi Steinmetz are really working out.
Yes, they are. Anyway, the true basis of Hanukkah is the victory the Maccabees won over their foes. They managed to retake Jewish control of Israel for nearly 200 years.
Wait a minute, Sarah. So what if they won the war? 200 years later the Jews were forced into exile, and this victory wasn't worth anything anymore.
Excellent question, Larry. I think between our two questions, we might have an answer.
Great.
You see, the point of Hanukkah is not the what, but the why. Why did the Maccabees fight? Why were they determined to defeat their enemies? They fought because they didn't want to throw away their identity.
Yes. Sometimes it's easier to throw away your identity, especially if no one can pronounce Chaim, whatever. It's a shame they don't have an animation that can speak like a Jew from Brooklyn. And I cannot get a decent piece of lox in Atlanta.
What Hanukkah is about is Jews hanging on to their identity, and even their difficult-to-pronounce names. The Maccabees fought and won, and that's important. But there wouldn't be a holiday just for the war. You're right, in all the years of exile, the benefits of the war no longer existed.
So why are we making a big deal about the war?
Actually, that's why the miracle of the oil is important, because it explains why the Maccabees fought this war. They fought to preserve their identity, to carry on the spiritual light of the Jewish people. And so when they entered the temple and the candles burned bright, they knew they had a miracle that is meaningful for every generation.
So what you're saying is that Hanukkah is about lighting a candle for our spirit. That we need to connect our souls to the deeper values that the menorah represents?
Exactly, Larry.
Well, that's a real nice Dvar Torah, Sarah.
Thanks, Larry. I look forward to seeing you at Talmud class next week.
Thank you, Shana Punim. And to all of you out there, I'm Larry King. Have a happy Hanukkah.